Hello, 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 everyone. Coming in on a odd day because beauty never sleeps. So I'm kidding. No, I like to get my hair done on Saturdays because it takes all day sometimes. Might take 3 hours, might take until 7 p.m. We never know. But hello and welcome. I am here. We're doing some reading / productivity sprints. Probably more on the productivity side over here for me, just because I need to finish editing a video that was supposed to go up yesterday. So what are you up to? What are y'all working on? I am not sure what book I want to read, because if I end up reading, hey, it's Julie. Hi, friend. Welcome. What are you reading? You're always reading the best books, Julie. I'm currently between. So here's the thing. I would like to start Network Effect because that is on my Q2 TBR and it's one that I want to get done this quarter. But also, I do have Green and Deadly Things and I have that as an arc, so I need to read it and I have the audiobook for it. So there's that. So I could be reading that. Also, I have a video idea for Network Effect and I'm not entirely ready to start said video idea. So there's that. I may have jumped the gun when I put it on my TBR for this week. Hello, Evelyn. Welcome. How are you? Just started The Teacher by Frida McFadden. I think I've heard of that one. Let's see. Frida McFadden, is this the one? Well, that's gonna be a wild ride. That's gonna anyways, like the setup for what's going on, I feel is going to be really, really good. But anyways, so here's the thing. You can see there is laundry behind me. I need to do some folding because that needs to be folded. I think we might do slightly shorter sprints because I'm trying to focus on the productivity part. And if I do hour-long sprints, I do get a little lost in the sauce. So there's that. There's all 4 of you here, so I feel like it's just gonna go the way that it's gonna go. Did it? Okay, I'm confused. My live timer just started over again. So what is happening right now? Did this just start for y'all? Because y'all have been talking about. Okay, so maybe I'm thinking maybe 35-minute sprints. I feel like that will be enough of a time crunch that I'll stay focused, but still give me enough time to get some stuff done and maybe I don't know, grab a snack when I need to grab a snack. So anyways, Julie is working on Labyrinth's Heart and Aisha, but I need to edit a video that's supposed to go up tomorrow. Okay, now it jumped. Okay, StreamYard is having a moment, but if you guys can see me, we are fine. According to Julie, you can. So, okay, what was I? So, laundry needs to be done first. I need to take care of this mess back here and get that all put away because we just threw everything in the laundry when we got back from my brother's because cat. So I feel like I might just listen to a podcast for that, because if I listen to an audiobook, then I may not get to the editing portion of today. And there's other stuff that I need to do, like we need to do another load of laundry. But we'll see if we get to that. So I am going to, if that's okay, I think that's what we're going to do. I think that sounds like maybe a 35-minute sprint. Let me do that. We're going to do the short break at 5 minutes, just because we can. And then we'll do the long break as 10 minutes. And I can always pause it if we're having a good time talking. What the? I don't know what that means. Okay. Okay. Oh, I can turn that off. Okay. That's good to know. That is good to know. Anyways, let's go ahead. Let's refresh this. I'm just getting everything set up on my end. If you are in the chat, let me know what you are working on. What is your first task that we are going to be tackling in this first sprint? Okay, give me just a second. So first task for me is going to be laundry. That's what I want to That's what I want to get done. Most of this is stuff that should be pretty easy. I just need to hang stuff up, all of that. And then I have to find a new thing to watch. Like I need to find a new mindless thing to watch while I edit because I've gotten to the end of High Potential. This is a problem. You know, because the new season's not out until like the fall. I'm fine. It's fine. Everything is fine, guys. Everything is fine. I'm not very sad at all. Anyways, let me go ahead and get that timer. Share the screen with you guys. How is everyone's day going, by the way? We'll probably in it when we've done after we. Let's see. There's that. We don't. Why is that? Oh, I know why. Fix that. Okay. Because the last time that I was on StreamYard, we were doing. I don't like that one. We want to do this one. Last time I was on StreamYard, we were doing D&D. So there is that. And then we can do. Well, we can close this first off. Close that. And we can do ta-da! Okay. Okay, very nice. We like not being at work. Oh my goodness. 9 p.m. over here in Germany. My day is almost over. Good for you. Oh my god, you must be so relieved to be getting to the, especially because like it's Friday, so that means you get the weekend. That's very nice. We love this for you. Okay. Let's go ahead. I think, in theory, I think I'm done with work today, but we'll see. A client might call. All right, I've got everything set up on my end. All of that. I think we should go into a sprint. I think we should go into a sprint and get all of it. For those of us that still have things to do, good luck with the work stuff. For those of us that are just here for the fun of it and we're reading a book, I hope you have the best time with your book. We will go in 3, 2, 1. See you in 35. Hello, welcome back. How are we doing? My God, it has gotten like I'm never used to I'm never ready for the point in the year where it gets to my hair dries in like a matter of moments. Um, anyways, hello, welcome. We had a few friends join us. Hello, Carissa, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Hey, Magnet, how are you today? Welcome back. And we had a Christina. Hello. Oh, we've got an 18-year-old now. Hello. Tell him happy birthday from all of us. Yes. Remember to hydrate, feed yourself. I don't know if you can see it. There's a bowl, right? Hold on. Where is it? Right back there. That is actually what I worked on during these sprints because I was like, oh, I'm hungry. I should eat lunch. So I also put away some of my laundry. We just need to fold socks now. I'm not emotionally prepared for that yet, so we'll deal with that later. How did everyone else do during their sprint? What are we up to? Hello and welcome. I've been knitting and working on my chapters for my Labyrinth's Heart buddy read. That's the one that's Norse inspired, right? And it's God, what is her name? If I could spell things, that would be great. Okay, that is not the one I'm thinking of. What am I thinking? I'm thinking of a different one. Okay, so this is the final book in an M.A. Carrick. I need to read this series. It sounds very, very interesting. So, anyways, yeah, I started working on putting the laundry, hanging all of that up, and then I was like, I'm kind of hungry. I should take care of that. And I went and made ramen. So it's back there somewhere cooling off enough that I can eat it, right? So, oh, hello, welcome. Okay, Carissa says, I started Monday's Not Coming by Tiffany D. Jackson. Ooh, that's going to be a good book. I read, was it White Smoke? I think it was White Smoke. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm talking about the right book. I have read a Tiffany D. Jackson book before, and I was like, oh my God, I need to read all of her books. Yes. Okay. This was just like an utter mindfuck. If you like house horror, this one was so fun trying to figure out all of the different pieces. And she had some really interesting social commentary. White Smoke by Tiffany D. Jackson. That one was great. It's for a prompt for the Magical Readathon. Very nice. That's fun. Who here is doing the Magical Readathon? I don't think I'm doing it this year because it's April 3rd and I haven't looked into it. I think this year I just don't have the energy for it, especially after doing Realmathon last year. But like I always love hearing what people are doing for the Magical Readathon. So I also never end up completing any of the books that I chose for it. So there's that. I've heard of her, but I haven't read any of her books. I've heard really good things about her books. And that's why I ended up picking up White Smoke. Nell is the one that recommended that to me, I think. It was Nell, and someone else had also read it around the same time, and I can't remember who. Yeah, Rook and Rose. Hey, Bethany, how are you? Just home from taking the kids to a clinic visit, hoping they let me read a little more today. Reading Ship of Destiny. Ooh. I have feelings about that book, but I am not going to try and influence your feelings on it. I will let you read it and come to your own conclusions. So, that was it was a reading experience, certainly. So, okay, let's go ahead. We are almost done with the break. Give me just a second. Okay. I am going to skip the break and we'll go right back into another sprint because I'm hungry. All right, we're going to go in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Welcome back, everybody. How did we do? I'm not entirely sure how much I edited of that video, but I have 10 minutes left of this rough edit. So we're there. There's that. There is that. Welcome. Cherie joined us. How are you today? Welcome, welcome. Let's see. I also ate my lunch a little bit while I was working. So there's that. There's that. I think the show that we ended up going with is Elementary from CBS, because I remember watching, I think I started it in the first season and then I didn't finish the show. So I was like, well, I might as well, because I think there's like 4 seasons. So I might as well revisit this and all of that. So I don't think the other show that I really want to watch has a new season coming out yet. So there's that. Oh, wait. Do we have a season 3? Oh, when did that happen? I'm gonna have to go check that out, because for some reason I did not know that season 3 was out. It must have just, okay, yeah, because it started in January. Okay, anyways, maybe I'll go track down Wildcards and watch some of that. Bethany says, read 1 chapter and my son is begging me to puzzle with him, so puzzle break. We love a puzzle break. Puzzle breaks are very fun. Rewatching Pretty Little Liars, I forgot how much I loved the first couple of seasons. Nice, nice. I love revisiting old shows. I remember I remember parts of this because it's a Sherlock, obviously a Sherlock Holmes retelling, and I love that, like, the way that it kind of changed. They, like, some of the stuff they used to modernize. I think I like this one actually better than Sherlock over at the BBC. I think that there are specific reasons for that, that are very obvious when you see how they changed some of the things. But I was like, oh, I should go and watch this, because there was just like a point where I stopped watching TV, with the exception of, I think, Bones. Like, I had my one show that I watched when it came out, and then I was like, we're not watching any other shows, and we just get caught up with stuff. Went to grab groceries and listen to some of my book driving there and back. Very nice, very nice. I need to do that. I need to get groceries. I should have gotten them yesterday, but I was running late for D&D, so I didn't. And then I should have gotten them this morning, but I didn't. So it is what it is. Hey, Bree, how are you today? What are we working on? I think I'm going to, so next sprint, I think what I'm going to do in this next sprint is I'm going to finish, hold on, sorry. I'm going to finish up the editing that I am doing these last 10 minutes, and then we'll go back to doing some of the laundry and putting some of this stuff away, so that I can work on continuing to clean my room, because I need to clean it. And I also want to actually finally get the bookshelf that I purchased to put there. I want to get that done and taken care of. So there is that. Okay, we've still got a little bit. Hold on. While we're here, I'm gonna see. Hulu, why are you being so rude? Let's go ahead. Because they left off on a little, Wildcards left off. I don't know if anybody here watches Wildcards. It's a Hulu series or a CBS series. Okay, it does not include. Interesting. It will not let me watch that because it doesn't include it. But what about, maybe this will let me. Ooh, okay. That's where we can watch season 3. Good to know. Good to know. So I can catch up. At least, okay, so at least I have one of my shows that's kind of like on right now. I am not, like, I don't think I've had a show that I've like gotten into the way that I got into like Bones and then Once Upon a Time in a really, really long time. Oop, hold on. Shush. Let's reset you. just reset the current segment. Okay, that is our clue. That is our words. That is our cue to go ahead and go into our next sprint. So let me pull that up real quick. Boop. And then we will go in 3, 2, 1. Chat with you in a bit. Welcome back. Hello. What is the next step? The next step I do. Are you paused? Thank you. Sorry, I had to argue. Wasn't sure my phone was going to pause there for a minute. I need to put my hair up, but it's still drying, so I don't like. There's still. It's wild. Like most of this is dry, but there's still like sections like in places where I'm like, you're not. How are you? How are you still wet? Anyways, um, let us. How did everyone do? We had a couple people chime in on Bones. Oh, I missed that show. I need to go back and rewatch it because there are definitely seasons where I missed like big chunks. But also the last time I tried to rewatch it was 2020, and that is not a time to be watching a show with Seeley Booth in it. Um, because yeah. Anyways, I am now 2 minutes from the end of this first edit of this vlog. I'll go in and like basically my first edit is like a rough edit where I'm taking out all of like the pauses, the repeats where I say stuff the same, all of that. Oh, I don't need the ticker. Do I need the ticker? I do not need the ticker. We can remove that. So I've gone through, I've taken all of that out, and then this next edit is where I'm going to refine like one of the things that I'll do in vlogs is I don't worry about like did I say this before? Typically, I try not to like really worry about that because what I'll do is if I said it better in one specific section or another, I will keep whichever section I felt I said it better in. Oh, also important update, I got tea. So, how did everyone else do? Anyway, so we're gonna go in, we're going to refine stuff. There are a couple of sections where I'm like, I don't know if I want to keep this here or if I want to keep this here. That I need to kind of figure out. I would like if it's about an hour, I would like to get it down to 45 minutes because I try and keep my vlogs 45 minutes and under just because I try and keep it. People don't watch them if they get too long, unless it is a very specific vlog. So there's that. How did everyone else do? How did our how did it go for us? We got a couple more minutes before we've got to hit the grindstone again. I finished that first episode of Elementary, and then I went ahead and I was like, we're gonna pick up wild cards now. And I had to search for a hot minute. I probably would have been done my edit if I hadn't have had to go through and like be like, where do I watch wild cards? So I had to go and re-download the CW app because you got to watch it on there right now. They don't upload to the streaming sites right away with this show like they do with some others, which is annoying because I know like ABC does that. So, anyways, okay. I think looks like everybody is still like nose to the grindstone. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna skip the break. What? Why is okay? Hold there. Okay. We'll skip the break and then we'll go into the next sprint. So let's pull this back up. Boom. And I will see y'all in 35 minutes. 3, 2, 1, go. Welcome back, everybody. How did we do on that sprint, y'all? Type in what you're saying. I forgot to check in and see where I am. Okay. Forgot to get a status update on where I was when I left the thing. Anyways, okay, what is Margaret thinking? Okay, basically, we finished the rough edit, so we got through about a minute and a half of footage, and then I managed to make it through 2 minutes and 26 seconds of what is currently a 58-minute, 26-second video. That was a very nice round number. I'm very happy with that. I also got most of this episode of Wild Cards watched. And y'all, speaking of bones, there was a character that showed up at the end of last season, kind of a cliffhanger. Do you know who was standing in the door when we finally turned the camera around to see who's waiting at that door? Cam. Anyways, that's just weird coincidence that she was there. We have a Tennille who joined us. We also had a Jess. Hi Jess, how are you today? Give me just a second. Thank you. Perfect. Okay, how are we doing? Tennille says, back from my hospital appointment and having supper. I hope everything is all right. And then we have a Hillary. Hello, my friend is coming over to hang out soon, so I appreciate that, Hillary. Thank you for popping in to say hi. How did everyone else do while we were on those sprints? I'm looking for somebody. There we are. Okay, anyways, ad block is trying to get me. Okay, so technically I feel like I should probably do some laundry tasks. Maybe see if I can wrest the washer from my mother. She may be using it, she may not be using it, and finish folding my socks. That might be what I do next sprint. But I don't know, I feel like I'm Jess is sleepy and would like a nap. What a mood, Jess. I feel like I'm on a roll right now with the editing, and I don't know that I can guarantee that I would continue with the roll on the editing if I take too long, right? Sometimes when you kind of are, what's the zone, when you're in the zone for something specific. And I need to get this done, but I also need to get that done. And so I'm still, good night, Evelyn. Have a good night. Sweet dreams. Thank you for joining. Night now may not be conducive to a good night's sleep. I mean, I don't think it matters for Jess one way or the other, if I'm remembering correctly. I do know that I would not be taking a nap right now, but okay. Anyways. Perfect. Anyways, so I am going to, I don't know, guys, which one do I do? Do I keep going? We are almost, I think we're going to do one more 35-minute sprint. I don't think I'm going to keep going, just because I would like to get out and experience some daylight while there is still daylight out. And the sun will, if we do 2 more sprints, the sun will have started going down. No good. That's not why I still need the steps, but no good. Anyways, I'm going to get this reset. Let's pull the timer back up. Hi, Sarah. How are you today? What are we up to? I'm just getting the timer set back up. It's freezing rain, and not so much with the sunlight. Tennille. Oh, no, we don't. I was going to say, Tennille, we have a bed. Come down for the weekend. But we don't. We took that up to my brother, and we are in the process, will be in the process of setting the guest room up. My office is basically going to have a Murphy bed in it. Once my dad gets done, they did what's the word? They replaced his pacemaker recently. They were needing to go in to do some maintenance on it anyways because they weren't quite happy with the way it was working. And since it was so close to when he would need to get it replaced, because I think next year is when he would have needed to get it replaced, they're like, why don't we just swap instead of doing 2 surgeries a year apart? Let's just do both right now. So he's got this big old like chunky thing on his shoulder now, and he's like got to keep his arm right here. He's not allowed to drive. He's not allowed to do anything. It is very, very funny because if you know my dad, he does not like sitting still. So he is having to find things that he can do without putting stress on the wires while they finish, because like the heart has to heal around them properly. So, anyways, there was a tangent there. That was a tangent that started because I was talking about something. Oh yeah. So we're gonna end up. He's gonna turn that room, which has been the office historically, since we only I need it any longer. He's gonna turn that into kind of like a combination office guest room type thing, with a Murphy bed, because we've turned what was the office and then was my brother's kind of guest room. That's been turned into a pantry now. Anyways, so eventually you'd be able to just pop down for the weekend if you wanted to, but because we've got so much sunshine. I'll see if I can't send some of it up your way. Sarah says I also need to do some editing. Very nice. Yeah, this video was supposed to go up. If you pay attention to what I'm doing, if you're paying attention to my channel, you might be able to figure out what I am doing for April. But I'm not officially saying that I'm doing it until I just see if I actually did do it. You know, but I was supposed to have a video out yesterday, swapped that with a short instead. And so tomorrow I will be putting a full length vlog, like I'll be putting the vlog out and doing a short later. Like instead of, yesterday was supposed to be a video, tomorrow was supposed to be a short. Now, yesterday was the short, tomorrow is going to be the video. So, anyways, very complicated way to explain it. Almost done with laundry. Yay. Yeah, I need to go see if my mom is done with her. Hold on, that's stuck. If my mom is done with her laundry. It's raining here today, cold, almost sleet stuff. That does not sound like fun at all. Nope, no, thank you. My brother was really funny. Like, I went up to see the cherry blossoms in Baltimore, and both his girlfriend was like, hey, you know that like next week is going to be the nice week, but it does not sound like it's the nice week now. So, anyways, let us do our final sprint. Badoom. There we are. And we should go in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Welcome back, everybody. How did we do on that sprint? Hold on, I have too many things and not enough desk. Let's get rid of that. Goodbye. Okay, perfect. How did we all do in that sprint? Did I remember to check? God damn, I didn't remember to check. Hold on. Put in the comments what you got up to in that sprint. I'll be right back. All right. So I've gotten about 4 more minutes edited, so I'm at 6 minutes and 46 seconds on this video and I cut it down to like 57 minutes and 53 seconds. So we're getting rid of certain things. I think there's a couple of things that I end up repeating that I will be able to like get rid of nice big chunks, because again, I'd like to get this I'd like to get this to 45 if possible. At the very least, I'd like to get it to under 50. So, could have been snow. Nar. Okay, let's see. Hillary had to go because their friend is on their way, but made it 35% in Holy Terrors by Margaret Owen. Ooh, I love that book. I love that book so much. Sarah says, started the Thursday Murder Club and made it to page 19. I also finished editing my March wrap-up. Very nice. I am trying currently to figure out, do I want to do my March wrap-up? So this video going up is going to be kind of my Our Fantasy for 2025 wrap-up, because I didn't do much for Our Fantasy 2025. I didn't even make I almost made a bingo, but I didn't. Spoiler alert. So that's going up tomorrow, the vlog for that, because I wanted to get that up around this time. And then I can't decide whether I want to like do my Our Fantasy TBR next, or if I want to do my March wrap-up next, because one of those needs to go out on Monday and one of them needs to go out Wednesday or Thursday. I haven't decided yet which day that's going to be. It's probably going to have a lot to do with which video goes out when. So, anyways, I cooked dinner and tried to listen to a chapter of Assassin's Quest reread, but my kids are very chatty, so I'm going to have to listen to that again. That's funny. Flew by. Yeah, I know the 35 minutes is like not as long as you think it is, but I have been like going straight to work instead of getting distracted, which is good. I finished supper, but still need to pack meal prep / shred roast beef. Ooh, exciting. I've been so I'm not sure what I want to do for meal prep, because I feel like there's a part of me that's like I want to do burrito bowls, right? Make the rice, make the toppings, all of that good stuff. The thing that I get that like gets me is the meat, because it has to be. I have to figure out what do I want to do for the meat, because it has to be heavily spiced, because I can't do meat that's been in the fridge over multiple days unless it is very heavily seasoned or flavored. Hence why I've been doing like taco salads. And so I'm like, what do I want to do for the meat? I'm not feeling chicken, but like what? So that would mean beef probably. So what do I want to do for that? Anyways, okay. So for those that are looking for more sprints today, I don't have any that are happening like right after these. Not this week. Jess does usually have every other Friday 7 p.m. sprints, but not like this is the off week for her. So next week is going to be 7 p.m. sprints. But Atia is doing sprints tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I've got that linked here in the comments, and I've also got it linked down in the description box if you guys want to click through to the link and hit notify, and tell her I said hello when you stop by. But food costs in Canada are higher than the US, and meals are a combo. What's in the cupboard, what's on sale. Yeah. That actually would be a smart thing to do, is to look up what would be on sale right now. Maybe I should do that. Right? Oh, maybe I could see about doing fajita bowls. The roast beef from the Food Hero was from the Food Hero at more than 50% off and frozen on the best before date. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Nice. That's the one. Food Hero is the one where like you're able to, hold on, if I'm remembering correctly. No, it's not. There it is. Food Hero. Yeah, so Food Hero is to help reduce food waste, connecting grocery stores and consumers. That's really cool. Very nice. I should look into that and see what I can do there. Anyways, ow. Okay, so I am gonna go because I would like to go get my walk in at a decent hour instead of waiting until right before sunset for once. And you guys have a great weekend. I will be here next week at in the morning. By the way, next sprint is next Saturday in the morning because we are doing old lady craft hour sprints on Saturday next week, and then we'll be back to our regularly scheduled like 3:30 on Saturdays. I just was gonna be very busy this. I was gonna be busy this Saturday, and I didn't want to rush myself. And then next Saturday we want an IFA. Thank you, Christina. Have a great rest of your day. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for joining, and I will see you later when we will talk about more wordy, nerdy things. Bye.